So we're just going to see where it goes. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Remain Rome Return. What's up, dude?
Welcome. You'll be happy to hear I had to kick a dog today.
You had to kick a dog
I
today?
had to kick a dog
Your
today.
lifelong dream finally come true?
Your life. That's why I said you'll be happy to hear that I had
Why
to
does
kick a
everybody
dog.
think I hate dogs?
Because you do.
No, I don't. I am allergic to dogs.
Damien Vincent, known dog hater.
I refute this claim.
They call you the Michael Vick of LA.
Damien Vixent.
But
I refute this claim. Everybody, you're not the first person to say this, by the way. And I don't know why everybody keeps saying this. Look, if you watch me out in public and there's dogs, I'm like giddy. I'm like, oh, look, a pup. I just don't pet them because otherwise my skin turns to fucking mosquito bites.
Pure rash.
Yeah, it's the same thing with the outside conversation where everybody's like, oh, you're not outdoorsy. I'm like, I love being outdoors. I just don't camp. There's such a difference.
Yes, I think it's because outdoorsy has a perception to it.
Yeah. Anyways,
so yes,
the story.
I every weekend, like morning, we go on a walk as a family.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Abby, the baby, and Pickles, our fluffy golden doodle, who is just the least threatening dog. And today we were walking through the neighborhood attached to ours, and like a dog came like sprinting at Pickles.
Off leash?
Of course, off leash. And no owner to like be around. And so like the dog like was about to attack Pickles and like started like was about to bite him, and Pickles was like trying to like, because Pickles on a leash and I'm trying to keep Pickles on a leash, and also tried to like make sure the baby doesn't get hurt because he's in a stroller at that level. And so
you essentially have 3 beings to protect now.
Yeah. And so I'm like, at this point, I'm just gonna kick.
Sure.
And it was a big dog. It was like a German, I don't know what, part German Shepherd for sure. So like
that's
scary dog.
Yeah.
And so
was it just one kick and it was over?
Yeah, and it kind of like scurried off. And then I screamed, yelled like, hey, asshole, your dog's attacking my dog. And this is like the fancy neighborhood that's attached to mine. And so I'm hoping, and I was like, did you need to yell that? And I was like, yeah, I did. Like, people need to know that this like asshole is like not having their quote unquote dangerous. Also, anytime this is turning into a grievance pet peeve thing of I love it. As a good dog owner, Pickles, whenever on walk, always on a leash, we always pick up after he poops, like that stuff. And there's just so many people with the off leash thing, like, oh no, he's such a good dog, like he would never. It's like, yeah, but my dog's freaking out because your dog's not on it. Like, just the fucking unspoken rules that you should be following.
Well, and that's part of the whole thing. It's like, if your dog's not on a leash, how do I know that it's not just a rabid stray dog? There's nothing like, how do I know that your dog's a good dog just because it's not on a leash? So by that argument, any dog that's on a leash is a bad dog? Is that what you're trying to say? Like the thought process behind it. Also, just because your dog is good to you,
yes,
doesn't mean that it's a just inherently good dog. This happened also. I think this is becoming like a regular occurrence now, by the way, because this also happened to Keegan very, very recently, just on a walk. Keep in mind, it's, Arizona, so you can't really walk during the daytime. So it was like, I think he said like 11 p.m. or something like that.
Because that's the only time it's not where it's balls. You're not dying outside.
Yeah. Now I'm telling this story on his behalf, so I'm probably getting a lot of this information wrong.
You're paraphrasing.
I'm paraphrasing, but it's to prove a point of like, if you're this type of dog owner, fucking stop it. So it's like 11 p.m., aka pitch black outside, taking his dog for a walk, and all of a sudden, dog off leash comes sprinting up and is like actively trying to attack their dog.
Yeah.
And
they have also a big, fluffy, dopey, do they have a Bernedoodle or sheepadoodle?
A sheepadoodle, yeah.
So yeah, again, just a dog that is made for pure cuddles and
Yes.
nothing else.
Yeah, just like a lovable, hyper, like wants attention,
Mhm.
like goofball, you know.
Yeah.
But he was talking about it and he was like he was freaking out because you don't know what is sprinting at you when it's
Yeah.
dark. You're like, I don't know if maybe the dog got off of his leash or if there just wasn't a leash or whatever.
Yeah.
Long story short, so the dog is like trying to attack him and his dog, and he's kind of like, you know, trying to handle the situation. And I guess the owner comes up and starts yelling at Keegan
Yeah.
and is like, fuck you, like blah blah, don't touch my dog, you piece of shit, and all this stuff. And I guess Keegan was like, well, you need to keep better control of your dog. And the response to that was, how about I fucking kill you? Remember, I mean, a couple episodes back we named the episode Inconsideration.
Yeah.
That is what we're turning into, where it's like, and I know I said this peeve on there, but how is it when you mess up it's everyone else's fault?
Because you
Your dog
can't.
is off leash, it's your
Yeah.
fault.
It's because no one can be wrong. They have
Yeah.
to be right, and no one can apparently say like, "Oh, I fucked up."
Like, oh shit, dude, that's I'm so sorry. Uh, he got out of like he pulled the leash out of my hand. I just wasn't expecting him to take off running. Or better yet, I'm so sorry. He's never like this. I'm going to start putting him on a leash from now on. It doesn't remedy the immediate situation, but it does show ownership
Some
of the
consider
situation.
some that you're a human being who, again, plays by the fucking like,
Yeah.
just yeah. Because like again, going back to being a considerate dog owner, like again, Pickles never attacked anyone, but I other people don't know that. So like if we're
Hmm.
on a walk and there's a small kid, I make sure to like go up the path to be like, like stand in the yard so like he doesn't get anywhere near it because he gets excited and he's a big
Yeah,
dog
and
where
it can
like
scare people. You know
yeah. And so just being like and also yeah, people who just don't pick up after their dogs
that too.
is a huge pet peeve. Like
I will flip the script on you since you want to label me as a dog hater. I'm the only one out of the three of our friends who hasn't kicked a dog lately. So
that's
who's the one
true.
who hates dogs?
That's true.
Fuck you. Welcome back to Remain Rome Return, everybody. Like, subscribe, follow, comment, share.
This is a positive, but also because like Pickles, he kept his own, all
Yeah,
things considered. So like
he's a big boy.
throughout the day, I've just been like, it was just one dog who came and was like, he took on 5 wolves, and it
You
just
should have
keeps,
seen the other guy.
and it just like keeps on escalating. I was like, he took on the full Mongolian army, and then I think the last one I did where Abby was just like, okay, stop, because I was like, he went out Pickles the gray, but came back Pickles the white. She's like, I don't get that reference. I was like, oh, yeah.
Come on.
I was like,
Lord
oh
of the
yeah,
Rings, baby.
she's not a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and so I was like, after that one, I was like, I gotta stop. But I was like, that it's too good. Pickles the gray came back. Pickles the white.
That's great. I was trying to think of something more clever, but I think that one wins.
I think it does because he's also just a white fluffy dog.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Well, congrats on
So
your
yeah,
first dog kick.
it this is also at like 8 in the morning, so like adrenaline was running a bit there. Like
Sure.
also like kind of fun
Too
to
early for
know
this shit.
of like the fight or flight instinct kicking back in and being like, oh yeah,
Literally kicking.
yeah. I feel like a kick would like I'm not gonna punch a dog. Well,
Well,
I
you
feel
can't
like
punch down. That's wrong.
yes,
You can
that
only
is
punch
true.
up.
In comedy and dog fight.
Now, if you have to punch up for a dog, you should run.
It's also I don't want to get on the dog's like level, like with my like kicks just
You go bite for bite.
bite the dog.
I've actually seen that work before. If a dog bites and you bite them back, they go, "What the fuck?"
That's true.
That's funny.
I give the dog rabies.
That's great. We could name this episode something like that so it gets more clips, like more views. Like, we kick dogs, or
We kicked off.
I gave a dog
I
rabies.
rabies.
That would be. I mean, I would click.
You're like, I want to know more about this.
I must know more.
Yes, it's So yeah, now Pickles is afraid to walk that way. I think
That's fair. PTSD.
yeah, just
Post-traumatic stress dog.
Yeah. Hot diggity
Don't
dog.
don't clip that. That was terrible.
That was pretty clip it.
Speaking of knowing more, I've been learning a lot more about football
Well,
with the
yeah,
World Cup.
the World Cup is going on, and how have you been watching it at all?
Yeah, I've been tuning in as a brand new watcher of soccer and or football.
Mhm.
I went from having zero understanding of anything to having maybe 10% understanding. So it's
It's
been
a
fun.
it's a very basic game of ball goes in goal.
Yeah, but one of the things that I really don't understand, and this is one of the biggest controversies right now of the World Cup, is the whole offsides thing. How does it make
Yes.
sense? Like, and I understand what offsides is.
Mhm.
My confusion is if the whole point of the game of football or soccer is to run the direction of your goal, like the one that you need to score on, and you have teammates,
Mhm.
why can't I pass it forward to a teammate? It's like leading the pass. It's like, isn't that
You
the
you
whole point?
you
That would be like you can't if you get a rebound in basketball and your point guard takes off down the court and you throw it ahead, you can't do that. Why not?
it's to prevent cherry picking, essentially was the whole point of it.
But you have like 14 guys on the fucking field.
Yeah, and so like you can like do the run stuff, but you just have to be whoever is gonna on your team who's like catching the ball, as I would like
Mhm.
say it. Whenever it's kicked, they have to be at the same level or behind whoever is the last person on defense.
But that's so stupid
Yeah, yeah,
because it's like here's the thing. Okay, sure. There's no active defenders, but there's still a goalie.
yeah.
And how is it the offense's fault that the defense isn't keeping up with them?
It's also how you like because it's a rule, you also play that way for defense. So like you make sure like, oh, I'm not gonna worry about that guy running back because he's gonna be offsides if he gets it. So it's just like how you play.
I get that it's a rule, but I don't understand why.
It's just not part of the game.
Well, it
And
should be,
yeah.
especially if you're going to count it off for being a toe over the line.
Okay, last night, yes, Colombia played last night, and
That was bullshit, dude.
it's yes, VAR is very make or break, which is virtual assistant ref, where like the technology they have, I don't know how we don't have that in American sports of like,
Yeah.
especially American football, that level of like, you can determine that he had a single tootsie above, like into the offsides.
Now, I will give us credit for having that technology in a sport, the Kentucky Derby and horse racing.
That's true.
You can really find out is one nostril length, you know.
One nose hair.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of World Cup,
Yes.
do you get a lot of people telling you that your name is the white version of Cristiano Ronaldo?
Yes, I do. It
I
happened a
figured.
lot actually when I was
It's
in
the
Europe.
same name.
Yes, it's the Portuguese version of Christian Reynolds is
That's so funny.
Cristiano Ronaldo,
You're
which
only
is
slightly less impressive of a human.
yes, yes. Yeah, as he is one of the I think he is maybe I think the person who has the most Instagram followers
That's crazy.
because he's just because everyone like soccer is so worldwide that everyone knows who he is. Him and like Messi, who's the other very good player.
I figured everybody was just following him because they wanted to get a gander at that fucking Adam's apple.
Oh,
Have you seen that thing?
yeah. It doesn't help. He has a very long neck.
He's got a long neck, a huge Adam's apple, and like a sucked in chin.
Yeah,
So his Adam's apple is the same length as his chin.
it's all just. It does look like it's like a fucking python eating something.
Exactly. Like
A python eating a soccer ball.
every time he fell forward or fell down, I was like, that's because he's too top heavy. that Adam's apple's weighing him down. Uh, okay, so also in the same regard of the
Yes.
World Cup, so everybody talks that Cristiano Ronaldo's, him and Messi
Mm-hmm.
are the top two.
Yes.
It could have just been a bad game. He didn't do shit yesterday.
No, he's gotten worse.
He didn't do a
old.
goddamn thing.
Yes. He
I think he touched the ball twice.
yeah, he's not as good as he was. Like, you could like make arguments a few years ago, like, okay, him and Messi are neck and neck, but now Messi's just
Adam's apple and Adam's apple.
yes. Let's compare Adam's apples to
This is about apples to apples, okay?
literally not apples to oranges. He's got an Adam's orange.
Dude, he does. Adam's
that
grapefruit.
Got a melon in there, baby. Got a cantaloupe.
Got that motherfucking watermelon.
It's been fun to watch, like, because of course I really enjoy soccer, and so I've watched not every match, but close to it. It was kind of fun last night. Went up to Omaha because Daniel, my childhood best friend, his wife is from Colombia.
Shit, cool.
And her family, her parents live here in the States, but she had like some family who came from Colombia and like to visit. And it was like so yesterday we watched the Colombia match up in Omaha, and like just vibing around and like realizing I'm like, oh, I'm the only one here who doesn't speak Spanish.
You and Abby.
Abby didn't make the drive up because
got it.
Because it was a later game and didn't want to mess with the baby's nap time or bedtime, and so like just like I'm just that gringo vibing, and like such good food too. Like her dad grilled out, had like fucking like beef ribs with seasoning, and then like grilled chicken wings with like I don't know what seasoning he used, but also had like lime juice on it.
Fuck yeah, dude.
And like very like specific like pico. Like it was very good.
God, I love a grill out. We should bring Daniel and his wife on then. That's a fitting guest to have on. I mean, I don't know if I've, besides going to Colombia, I don't think I've ever like spoken to somebody from Colombia other than just like being there.
You've been to Colombia?
Yeah.
What?
Cartagena.
I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
Was it on a cruise?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Yeah. We were there for 8 hours or whatever.
It's just a day excursion.
Mm-hmm. But it was fun. Really beautiful if you ever get a chance. We did like a whole tour. Yeah. It's really, really pretty. They have like the old fortresses and shit like that. We saw the owner of Coca-Cola's house.
Interesting.
That was cool.
That would check out because the original recipe of Coca-Cola had the coca leaves, which are very predominant in Colombia.
Yeah. It's cool, man. If you ever get a chance, I would highly recommend it. It's very pretty over there.
Definitely, like, it would be cool to go with Daniel, and his wife's name is Corinne, like, to go with, like, local people.
Hell yeah.
And just, because, like, I think it's best tourism right now or, like, ad for tourism is fucking Encanto. Like,
sure. Absolutely.
Like because it really shows Colombia in a really good light, and getting its started to distance itself from its past of cocaine.
Although when we were there, we did have a run-in with a local who was wearing a trench coat, and it was like 98 degrees. And we were walking, and he started like following us a little bit.
Yeah.
And I was just like, whatever, who gives a shit, taking my pictures or whatever. And then all of a sudden I hear him go, "Hello, I have everything." And I was like, "What?" "I have everything." I go, "Oh, okay, thanks." And he goes, No, I have everything." And then opens up his jacket, and it's just drugs and weapons. And I was like, you certainly have everything.
The weapons wasn't. I was hoping for watches.
No. He has everything.
Do you think there still are guys in like New York City who would just open up a trench coat and it's just watches?
Yeah.
I hope there is.
If not, we're moving there. We're gonna rebuild that territory, baby.
Just knock off watches out of our trench coats.
It's just made out of cardboard.
The watches?
Yeah.
Yes.
Came right from my factory. Let me show you. Let me give you the tour of the factory. It's just cardboard house.
By the beach.
Yeah, because we're just fucking poor.
Yes. Oh, man. I feel like, yeah, that's because I've been to only New York City. Again, if we've talked about this, you've never been. So
I've never been. Yeah. I really, really want to go really badly. I went from, I think we already talked about this,
Yes.
but I went from being like, I never want to step foot in New York City to being like, I need to go for a full week.
I guess one thing we haven't talked about is the Knicks winning the NBA championship. We've briefly talked, but also like, as I think Keegan put it, the worst fan base to have won a championship.
No, I said that. Yeah, I said that. And he said second worst, Pelicans are the worst. The New Orleans Pelicans.
They're fans of the Pelicans.
I didn't know that. I was surprised to hear that. And I didn't inquire further as to why.
Yeah.
There must be some sort of history with Pelicans fans. I don't know. But yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know that there's a worse fan base to win a championship than the Knicks.
It's definitely up there. It's because they just got like weird, like very mob mentality.
Yeah, why would you destroy the city because you won? First of all, I don't understand destroying the city if you lose.
Yeah. It's like the one time where we're like okay with riots, not like, for teams winning or losing, but police brutality is where we draw the line on riots.
That's what I was thinking the exact same thing. I'm like, the things we need to riot about, aka the political landscape of this country, can't be bothered, don't know how to organize that,
or it gets
not going to make a difference. Police. Yeah,
if it does get organized, the police step in and start shooting people versus those are just fans, like
they're just happy,
just let them have their good time.
Yeah, I don't know, man. It was pretty disappointing to see the reactions. I get being excited, especially winning your first championship in 50 plus years. Yeah. I get it, but Jesus Christ, like I've never, and this could be actually a problem that I have, so I could look internally about this, but I've never been so happy or excited that I've turned to anger and violence. I've just never had that experience in my life. Maybe that's a problem with me. I don't know if that's what happens when you get excited, but when I get excited, I just go, yay. I think
it's the mob mentality of it all, of like, every like people just like not doing things they normally would because it's a big group, and then you find yourself storming the Capitol.
Yeah, I don't know.
But a nice easy trip to Washington D.C. in early January.
One thing leads to the other,
and then you're pooping on Nancy Pelosi's desk.
Hey, when you gotta go, you gotta go. Doesn't matter where you're at. How did I get on top of this desk? I don't remember, but I did have shit.
Just blacked out there for a bit.
Browned out. Clip it. Anyways, yeah, doesn't it feel like there's so much to talk about, but so little investigate? Because it's like, I want to talk about all the fires because the whole West Coast is on fire. Everything from
the whole world you're literally on fire, but the whole like every other place is just like, it's so hot it feels like it's on fire.
Well, the whole West Coast from Colorado on is on fire right now.
Oh.
Literally millions of acres of land have been burning across the West.
Yeah. They just finally put out the fires in Nebraska.
Oh, yeah, and Nebraska had fires too. So Colorado, Utah, Arizona, and California all right now have millions of acres burning. And it's, there's a lot of causes, but most of them are human.
Yeah.
But the reason they're out of control is because we just want to go ahead and cut funding to all of these things that prevent them not only when they happen, but before they happen. In order to prevent fires, especially in Southern California, you have to do some sort of preemptive
Yes.
things, and they just cut all of those services.
You gotta do some, like, prescribed burns, I think that's what they call them, like, where you do little burns to help make sure there are no big burns.
Yeah, you got to take preventative measures because again, what we're seeing is once the fires start, it's very, very
God.
hard to put them out.
Yes.
And isn't that just exactly what's going on right now with the political landscape of we get ourselves into situations that we just can't get out of.
Yeah.
And back to the World Cup, I find it very interestingly fitting, unfortunately, that we're hosting the World Cup, Iran is in the World Cup,
Yep.
and we fucking bomb them.
Yep.
I mean, just like zero. I don't know, man. It's really depressing to see the shit that's going on right
They
now.
almost didn't let the team play in the States. They would have to play because World Cup also is going on in Canada and Mexico. And they almost, I think they, for the match, originally Iran team was supposed to, like, every team has like a home base. So like a hotel they can stay at the whole time. So they don't have to fly back and forth between their countries. And originally it was supposed to be in like Arizona, and they're like, nope, you have to only stay in Mexico. And you fly into your game, and as soon as your game is done, you have to fly straight back to Mexico.
Which is also hilarious, ironically. It's like, so you want to ban
Ironically,
clip it. Ironically, you want to
it's
ban
like rain.
you want to ban Iran from participating. They didn't start it. They did not start this whole fucking thing. They're just responding to all of the outward aggression that has been taken on them for quote unquote nuclear activity that they weren't doing.
Yeah.
And you want to be like, no, you can't stay in our country. It's like, then get out of ours. You guys are in our country too. What the fuck is wrong? And you're dropping bombs on us. So, anyways, this is why I don't talk about this stuff.
Get you all heated.
Yeah.
It's, yeah. It always feels like it's, they keep saying, oh, we've made a deal, it's going to end. And then it's like, no, you haven't.
Yeah. How many times are we going to come to the table for negotiations and Israel's just going to keep dropping bombs anyways?
Yeah. They're not allowed in the World Cup.
Good.
That's where they draw the line. Like, FIFA is one of the most corrupt, terrible organizations, but they put it on the World Cup. So we have to just be like, well, what are we going to do? Like,
isn't it kind of getting to that point with golf too now?
Not as much. They did have, so like PGA Golf is like the big organization, and then this other one called like Live.
That's right.
Owned by, I think it's
Saudi Arabia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Saudi? Is it technically a like racial, like a not a PC term to use?
You're asking the wrong. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no fucking idea.
It's the one I use.
That's you. You're the guy who answers
That's
that
true.
question.
So I'm going to use it then. But no, so they started their own, and so like the PGA was like, if you go, you're not allowed back in. You're not coming back.
Yeah.
And because they of course were just like throwing money at this golf thing, and then now it's starting to like fade off because people are like, oh, we actually like only want to watch the PGAs because they have like the classic tournaments like the Masters. So it's the FIFA, they gave our president a fake peace trophy.
Perfect.
And he's going to hand out whoever wins, he's going to hand them the trophy.
Okay.
And Trump will probably try to keep the trophy.
He'll put a bomb in it, and as he's congratulating them, just blow them up.
Blows up like fucking France.
Yeah. That was an accident. But they did kind of have it coming.
Yeah, you French people.
Yeah.
He's just going to be like so demented. He was like, can I eat this?
Anyways.
Did you get this at the Home Depot?
I don't get it.
There was he like redecorated the White House, and like people were being like, because of course Trump likes to have like what he perceives as fancy things, but are just like
Mhm.
shit painted gold. And
Sure.
people were
It's
like,
like that Sunny episode. Oh
yeah,
shit! Has this been dipped in gold?
essentially, and like they were like people were able to prove like, no, whoever bought this from Home Depot and put it in the White House.
Jesus Christ!
Like had receipts to show that it was just like what I could put in my own home.
Wow, I didn't even realize that. That is actually maybe the funniest thing he's ever done. Then
Like I can't remember. I was listening to someone else's podcast, but I can't remember whose at this point. Where they were talking about like take out like all of like the stuff Trump does, like if he wasn't president or anything like that, of like how weird of a guy he just is.
he is white trash. He is a trailer park trash presenting as a billionaire president who has just no. I don't think he's intelligent to have morals.
No,
I think that's the thing. He has whatever morals makes him the most money, and that's why he has money.
I think it's just called a sociopath.
Well, that's right. I think you're right.
I think yeah, it's someone who probably eats more McDonald's than I do.
Cheers to that, dude. I haven't had McDonald's in years.
Well, literally had it this morning.
You needed a little treat after kicking a dog.
This was before that.
Well, that's why you got all worked up, because you had all that McDonald's in your bloodstream.
Yeah, go back and get listeners, go back and listen to, I don't remember that, but where we talk about, is it when does it get trashy if the restaurant knows your name?
That was just a couple episodes ago.
Mhm.
Anyways, I don't think we had any plans of what to talk about today.
We've talked about this movie way too much, and it's been about a year, probably more than a year, I would say, of Snack Shack, because
Right.
I mentioned I'm going through my phase of trying to watch summer camp, summer S movies. So the next one was Snack Shack, because
God damn it, that movie fucking rules.
and on a rewatch of it, holds up so fucking well. Like of course I love it. Probably like it'd be interesting to be able to see it without the Nebraska's perspective. I think it would still be a pretty good movie, but I think it just is because of the fact like I know all the references mentioned in it. It would be kind of interesting to have like maybe one of your LA friends watch it.
I think John Mark watched it.
Did he?
Yeah, I believe so. I'd have to check back with him, but I'm almost positive he watched it and said it just felt so cozy.
Yes. I
was like, that's a great way to say it.
Yes. Like they do. I think it's well written enough where like if you don't get any of the inside jokes, or not inside, but the inside baseball kind of reference stuff of like, you still think it's a good movie, but if you do get them, it just takes it to another level of like, I think we've talked about it during the last time we talked about the movie, was like they have Runza. And
Right.
if you're from LA, you have no idea what the fuck Runza is, but to us, we're like, oh, you get this. Like,
Yeah.
it's the small details.
Speaking of Runza, actually, our buddy Jeff Kane, shout out to Jeff Kane, killing it on all of his Don't Tell sets, and he's really getting out there and doing his sets. It's really fun to see. But he posted a story the other day about like who's got recommendations for new food that I've never tried, because I'm getting to the point where I've tried almost everything, and I recommended Runza, and he's like, "What the fuck is that?" So I sent it to him, and he's like, "Oh, but this is healthy, right?" And I go, "Well, for your soul."
Yeah, I get that's a good talk. Let's talk this out.
Yeah.
Is a Runza healthy?
No, but there are worse things.
Is it a healthier choice of fast food?
I would say the fact that it's homemade, I don't care what anybody says about this. You cannot convince me. If you could have, let's just say for argument's sake, there's a pre-made Runza in a factory or
Yes.
a homemade Runza that you make by hand.
Yes.
You cannot convince me that the homemade one is worse for you than the pre-made one in the factory. I do not believe it.
Okay, I can see
I
that.
just don't. So in that
And
regard,
for the record, though, Runzas are not made in a factory.
they are not exactly. Yeah,
They're made, I think, probably fresh every
Mhm.
day. Because you can tell, because sometimes you're like, oh, fuck, I got a shitty made Runza.
Yeah, and sometimes the structural integrity isn't there, just based off maybe the dough didn't rise correctly, or they
Or
stepped
it's
on it, or whatever.
or it's Temperature Tuesday, and they're just trying to get as many Runzas made as they possibly can as quickly as possible.
Yeah. Now I will say they don't make them like the Runzas that you're eating today weren't necessarily made today because
Yeah.
you just can't run a restaurant that way. But they do make them by hand. I can confirm that because I
Yes.
worked there. However,
that's right.
yeah, that was my first job ever. But is it healthy? No.
What makes it unhealthy?
It's just the fact that it's heavy, dense bread. I'm
Okay.
talking like calorie wise.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like
I
you
think
couldn't go to Runza on a diet.
no, that's true. They do have good salads,
Their salads are great.
but then the ranch just negates all of that.
Well, I guess let me correct myself then. Are you talking about the actual Runza sandwich or just the restaurant?
The actual sandwich.
The sandwich, I would say, yeah, again, it's not healthy or whatever, but there
I
are
wouldn't say
way
it's
worse things.
unhealthy. Yeah, like I think it's because like it's not fried, so that help like that
Mhm.
kicks it up a bit. I think I'm assuming they're just baked in an oven,
Mhm.
and it's just like what it's
Ground beef,
ground beef,
cabbage, onion,
onion, and
garlic, seasoning.
wrapped in some type of dough.
I always want to say sourdough, but I don't think it's
I
sourdough.
don't think it's sourdough, just a bread dough.
Some sort of bread dough. But yeah, like I said, is it healthy? I no, but it's not. I don't know. It's better than any.
I'm kind of amazed of it's never soggy. Like that
Yeah,
could be soggy so quick easily.
I can tell you why.
Oh.
It's because you cook all of the meat ingredients separately, and then
Yeah.
you pull it out and you strain it, and then you
Okay.
put it in there. As
Mm.
opposed to like if you didn't do that, it would just soak right through.
Yep. That makes sense.
So because then you're loading the pre-cooked meat stuff into essentially a par baked bread,
Yeah.
and then you finish it in the oven.
Okay. That makes
Yeah.
more sense. Because yeah, like if you've ever had like a meat pie,
Hmm.
that thing's just soup
Yeah.
in a
I would
pie.
say this: a Runza is as healthy as a cheeseburger.
I'd say it's healthier than a cheeseburger.
It's the same. It's the same thing.
But the cooking process, I don't know why it makes me feel different.
I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Sometimes the cheeseburgers can be a little greasy.
Sure. Sure.
Um, which where you can like they wrap it in like a white, paper product of some, and you can like see the burger through it because it's
I would
greasy.
actually let me do it. Let me do it this way. You kill the dead air while I look something up.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna go back to Snack Shack.
Yes.
If you, I don't. Maybe it's just because it's like almost a little nostalgia, even though like, it takes place I think in 1991, so like
Right.
we were literally just born. But I think it kind of holds true for a lot of different generations of like just being a teenager during summer with your like hanging out with your best friend, you're riding bikes. It's
Dude, I miss riding bikes around the neighborhood.
yeah,
So fun. You couldn't do that here. Good luck getting up that hill.
you'd need an e-bike for sure in your neighborhood. And even then, like your sidewalks aren't great.
Right.
Um, yeah, just like there's the girl you have a crush on. You're at the pool with her, like, that's a big part of it is a pool.
Right.
Um, and just like that feeling of also like being out at like 10 p.m. It's still a little hot, but it's starting to cool down a bit. and you're a little sweaty, but not too sweaty, just being outside.
God, there's nothing better than that. It's like that humid
Yeah.
breeze after you've been sweating. So it's
Yes.
still warm outside, but that little breeze that hits you is so refreshing.
Yeah. And again, we talked about it way too much in the fucking cicada noises.
Yeah.
Again, I don't like you've been in LA for a few years now. Do they
Mhm.
have cicadas? That's
Not that
not
I've heard.
like I know they were gone for a bit, and I haven't heard any this summer, but last summer was really cicada-y. And like, I don't know, it just is I think, yeah, Jam put it the best way. It's just comforting.
Yes. I just don't know that this area is wooded enough for cicadas.
We don't have any fucking trees.
I mean, we have like what are those eucalyptus trees,
Yeah.
but I don't think that's where
No,
cicadas are hanging
you
out.
need a good like maple or oak tree.
Yeah, something because all the trees here are super thin.
Thin, yeah, and like not a lot of leaves.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I have it figured out.
Mhm.
So a cheese runza
Okay.
is 550 calories.
Not terrible.
Not bad, right? That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's healthy, but there are way worse things.
Yeah.
A regular single cheeseburger is 400 from
Oh, okay.
Runza,
Okay.
but the double cheeseburger is
Yeah.
670, which is actually
Not bad.
not bad.
Considering like you get like I think it's like a half a pound of beef.
Mhm. So I stand by my statement. I don't know, like, I guess I should have also looked up what the grilled chicken sandwich, like, they have that chicken supreme sandwich or whatever it is.
Terrible.
Uh,
It's the only thing I would not order from Renzo's, the chicken sandwich.
I still support it though, because again, it's just a chicken breast grilled on the
That's
grill. Like,
true.
if you're looking for something that is healthy at Runza, that would be your option. And they do have their own homemade honey mustard, which is
Mm,
fantastic as well.
yeah.
But yeah, so as far as Runza goes, there's way worse things that you
Yeah.
could have, especially if you don't get the fries. Which why the fuck would you not get the fries?
Mm.
But anyways, yeah. So is Runza healthy? Medium,
Medium.
medium.
Can't be confirmed.
Yeah, it is and it isn't,
It
especially
is.
when you eat it like I do, where I go and I get a cheeseburger and a Runza and fries.
I if I'm getting a double cheeseburger, I just get the but if I'm getting a Runza meal, I usually get you can get 2 chicken strips, and I
Well, that's
usually
right.
get and then get that bad boy in the ranch.
That's the
Go
only thing about Runza that I would fault them for is their chicken tenders are pre-made. They're like
Yes, they
they
are.
come frozen. If they made them
Yes.
there, I'd be like, it's the best fast food restaurant in history.
It's more of a vehicle to get ranch into my mouth,
Correct,
which,
and they're still tasty.
with the World Cup, I guess we didn't talk about is, all the Europeans coming to America and being like, "Why don't we have ranch in Europe?"
That is the difference in freedom that we have. They have the freedom of traveling and all this vacation time, but we have ranch.
Yes, that's what we have. Ranch and freedom of speech, apparently,
Well,
and even then, but ranch.
but ranch, baby, that's what we're really talking about.
Yeah, because when I lived in England, I couldn't get any ranch, and so my mom sent me, like, ranch packets so I could make my own ranch.
And how crazy is it? Think about it from the European perspective. So you come here, you try ranch for the first time, and you're obsessed. Think about how much it would break their brains if you told them, "Oh, there's multiple kinds of ranch. Certain
Yes.
ranches are better than others."
It's
They wouldn't believe you.
hands down, I again will say Nebraska has the best ranch
I agree.
or best style of ranch. I don't know what you'd call it, but
I can confirm that pretty easily just because it's
yeah,
like
you've traveled everywhere.
yeah, just because and of course I haven't hit the East Coast, but I mean East Coast is gonna compare. No, come on. Um, but the ranch that you get here in California is just like Hidden Valley.
And that's not great.
It's fine. It
Like,
just is what it is.
but yes, Nebraska homemade ranch. And it's weird because it is like, I don't know if anyone's coined the term. We're going to coin the term is Nebraska style ranch of like, because the notorious Nebraska restaurants like Valentino's, Runza, even Don and Millie's all have the same style of a ranch where it's like, it's a little runny, but like in a very good way.
It's very runny, but it's so flavorful
Yes.
and rich. I don't
Mhm.
like. Have you ever had ranch where you're like, why is it sweet?
Yeah.
I don't want that kind. I don't like the sweet, and I don't like the kind that almost tastes like vinegar a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't want that. I want all mayo. That's it.
Some
Some
buttercream.
buttermilk. Yeah.
Oh.
Buttercream. It's a dessert ranch. They put it on a cake. Ranch cake, baby.
Ranch cake.
Now you have me thinking.
Putting ranch in a cake. They made I'm pretty sure they made ranch flavored ice cream here. They did make a Runza flavored ice cream.
You know what else is the best that Nebraska has the best of is red hot dogs.
Yes, Fairberry hot dogs.
The best. I crave those. I miss going to Husker games for that reason. Getting a cheese Runza and a red hot dog.
Yes.
And sitting there and eating both of them.
Yeah, because you can buy them just like at the grocery store, the Fairberry hot dogs. All beef. A little more expensive, of course, but 100% worth it. If we're grilling dogs, that's what we're getting.
Yeah. Oh, it's the best.
Because they are so good.
Speaking of the Midwest, this has been a really Nebraska heavy episode today.
Yeah,
I like
by
it.
accident.
By accident, actually. One of the things that I wanted to bring up to you, I messaged it to you. I don't know if you've seen it on Instagram, but a very Midwestern thing happened in Michigan, and I wanted to. I'll throw up the picture here.
Yeah,
so that people can see. Oh, you haven't seen it yet?
Nope. That's very, very on brand for me lately of not looking at any Instagram.
So 4 Michigan men arrested after they were caught driving a horse and buggy while drunk.
Yep, I've seen this before.
And have you seen the 4 men?
The necks.
The fucking noses on these guys. One of them looks like a bodybuilder version of Will from Stranger Things. One of them,
because they're like Amish or Mennonite or like something like that.
I guess, but they're also intoxicated, which means I think don't they have to give back that status? You can't drink if you're those.
What about Rumspringer?
Rumspringer! I just think it's so funny that they're riding a horse and buggy. I'm like, if you look at these 4 guys, you go, yeah, they kind of look like the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse of the Midwest.
Like they would build a barn in a day.
Yeah, there's a flood. There's a flood coming. They all look like they formed a band, and the band's name would be the Lord Farquads.
Lord Farquaad and the Necks.
Yeah. And their hit song would be, "What are you doing in my swamp?"
They do kind of look like when Shrek gets turned into a human.
Yeah, absolutely.
Also, Shrek 5 coming out.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
I haven't watched the trailer. I don't think it needs to be made. I don't think there needs to be 5 of any movie. Like also Toy Story 5.
Except for Fast and Furious.
Okay, Fast and Furious is an exception. Like that is their I don't know when the next one's coming out.
I don't know, but I'll tell you this much. They are re-releasing the first one in theaters here in LA in August.
Because I think Universal is getting, I can't remember if it's LA or Florida is getting a Fast and Furious ride.
Well, I think they already have it.
Do they? Okay.
Or either that or like they're in the middle of building it. But yeah, it's been confirmed. I think it's out already. I think it's already out. We need to go.
I love how they're re-releasing the first one.
Oh, it's the best. I can't wait to hear Paul Walker say "cuh" again.
Cuh.
Nah, just chill, cuh. What the fuck? It's the most embarrassing thing, and I love it.
Yes.
Speaking of 5 movies, the 5th movie not needing to be made, I would say Shrek is up there. Yeah. And keep in mind, I don't want any of the Shrek heads coming after me because I do love that franchise.
The first 2 are good. The third one, you're like, eh. And the 4th one, you're like, why are these creepy babies here?
Yeah, and then on the other end of that, the Puss in Boots movie,
I've
the
heard.
newest one.
I haven't seen it, but everyone is like, it is way too good of a movie. Like
I
it
would
shouldn't be this
say
good.
the newest Puss in Boots movie, which is I think a few years old at this
It
point.
is, yes.
I would say that is better than any of the Shrek movies. Period.
Because I've heard like the big bad wolf is a fantastic character.
Mm-hmm. It's great, but also the fifth Toy Story just came out,
Yes, and I think
and
it's
people are
sold.
mad.
They're mad.
People hate it.
Really?
Mhm.
I thought people would like it. People are seeing it, I think.
People are seeing it, but I think that's to do with the fact that movies are back. Going to
That's
the
true.
theaters is back.
That's true. Of yeah, I have you seen it yet?
No, I was
Are
gonna
you
see it, and then I saw all the bad reviews, and I was like, maybe I just wait until it comes out on Disney Plus.
plus in like forever from now?
Yeah, I'm not in
Yeah,
any hurry to see it. The
I
fourth
don't
one was fine.
I think you should have not even the third one. You should have just
The
ended
third
it.
one should have been, and I stand by that because the third one is the best in the franchise. Should have
Yes.
just ended it. He, gave up the toys, and then you could just assume is it Molly? That's her name. No, Molly's his sister.
Is it
Whoever the little
Bonnie?
girl, Bonnie. Yeah,
Yeah.
you could just assume that they have a good life, and that's it. You could
Yeah.
have just ended the story there, but
Nope,
now they're
we
just
gotta
fucking dragging it out.
have to introduce what Forky, the spork was in the fourth one, and then this next one, newest one's like an iPad,
Yeah,
which is a
yeah,
good concept, right? Like an iPad as the villain, maybe. I
sure,
don't know.
sure. Yeah, I don't disagree with that, but again, it's like I don't know. I don't know that Toy Story is the way that you combat that. Maybe I'm wrong. I haven't seen it, so I can't really pass that much judgment on it. I'll probably end up loving it. Knowing
Yeah.
me, I'll probably see it and go that I don't know. I thought it was good, but I don't know, man.
I didn't
Don't
really
think it
like
needs to be made.
I didn't really like the second one. Like,
I do. I like the second one. I think it goes in order. The third is the best, then
yeah.
the first, then the second,
Okay.
then
Yeah.
four, and then obviously five.
Yeah, I would agree as well.
Yeah.
It's, yeah, movies are back. It's the summer of movies again.
Yep. And what was I gonna say? There was one. Ah, shit, I don't remember. I was gonna give you a recommendation, and now I can't remember what it was. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I recommend this podcast.
Yes, you should like, subscribe,
Follow,
and
comment, engage on social media. I don't know if that does anything, but it certainly doesn't hurt. And all I
we
know
will
is
respond. If you
we will.
DM us, we will. Do you think we
Yeah.
got much else going on? You think you're reaching out to big major podcasts and they're going to recognize you're a person? No. We'll recognize you and maybe call you a poo-poo head, but
It's possible. Oh, the only other thing I wanted to talk about was I don't know if I want to get into it now. We're at the end. Fuck it. Who gives a shit? We make up our own rules here on Triple R, and we're going to do whatever the fuck we want.
okay, Bam on Jera.
Bam on Jera. Heard that. Okay, Bam on Jera. What the fuck are you talking about,
Yeah,
dude?
the new Jackass movie.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. That was going to be the recommendation, is seeing that. I haven't seen it yet, but it looks fantastic. It's got great reviews, and who doesn't love Steve-O getting penetrated by a fucking robot? That sounds great.
Is that what happens?
Mm-hmm. He gets a prostate exam by a robot.
By a robot?
Yep.
Now the AI is taking our doctor jobs.
For real. They're about to. You're about to get diagnosed by Chat GPT.
Jesus Christ. And has hallucination. Well, it's a good thing because my normal doctor just has hallucinations.
That's true.
I go to the doctor. God, fuck. What's the name of P. Diddy's character in Always Sunny? Doctor like Fritz or something?
Dr. Fritz or something like that. God, I always forget he was in Sunny.
Yeah. And
That's
he's like,
crazy.
he like sprays him with like a fucking
Windex or something.
like, I think it's like a fertilizer.
Did you injected Mexican collagen into my eye? I just watched that one again the other day. God damn it, that's a funny show.
Yeah.
what I was going to say, and maybe we'll end on this because it's not funny and leave people wanting more. I officially this month am celebrating my 5th year at my
Yeah.
job.
Congrats.
And thank you. This is pretty significantly the longest I've ever worked at one place.
Yeah.
Ever. I've been working since I was 14 and a half, 15 years old.
Yeah.
And the longest I've ever worked somewhere is 5 years.
I would say I'm at my job, not to steal your thunder, coming up on my 5th anniversary. And it's definitely the longest place I've worked as well.
So, and that kind of, so we're both hitting the 5-year mark at our current positions. Why do you think it's still, I guess it's less taboo now, but just as of very recently, why was it so taboo to be a job hopper for so long? Who gives a shit?
Because of like loyalty, you need to show loyalty, even though we'll fire you at any instance that we want to. And it's just
Right.
like, I think for a bit there, like, I don't know if it was pre or post COVID, like everyone was like, okay, like go get your nut. Like
Hmm.
you got to do what's best for you kind of thing. And I think it kind of shows like we probably work for like okay places that we've stayed like for 5 years.
Hmm.
I like my job. I do really, I don't want to say enjoy, but it's like it's not a pain to go to, and that's why they've recognized I do good work and have compensated me for that. And so they're a good company in that sense of like they realize employees who do good work and like reward it. And
Right.
so
Yeah. And I think that's my whole thing right now with this job too is, I don't know. I mean,
they haven't given me a reason to leave.
exactly. Whereas every other place I've ever worked, I've been like, fuck this job. Like I couldn't work one more day there. Well, I guess not everyone, but I would say
When you're in the
95%.
car where you're like, is it better just to crash my car so I don't have to go to work than
Have
to
I talked about a story like that before on this podcast where
I don't know. I've heard so many people describe their jobs that way though.
so the last official restaurant job I had, like working in a restaurant, because after this I went and worked at the food truck,
Yeah.
but it was my last official job in a restaurant was at a place called, oh fuck, Beacon Hill.
Was
It's
it
down in Exarban or something.
was it attached to like a hotel?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't think so. I don't believe it
Okay.
was. But it was in that area of Exarban, and it was actually a pretty fine job. Like everybody liked me, and it was a decent shift, and I was
Yeah.
actually kind of doing like real chef work,
Oh.
because it was
Instead
after,
of just microwaving Cisco products.
right, or
Shout
bossing
out
people around. Yeah,
Shout out Cisco.
shout out. But it was like, so I worked at Harrington's, which was a from scratch
Mhm.
family restaurant that closed within like 8 months of opening. And then I needed a job, so I went to Beacon Hill. And anyways, long story short, I could be getting this all fucked up. I don't know. My timeline is terrible. I can't remember
Yes.
if I worked at the food truck first or this, whatever. I just know it was my last shift ever in an actual restaurant. And I was driving there, and the job was fine. I didn't
Yeah.
hate the job or anything. I think I was just so done with not fast food, but in the restaurant business
Yeah.
that I drove all the way there. I parked in the parking lot, and I felt like I was going to throw up. And I was like, I didn't feel this way until I was getting ready to go in. And I sat there and I was like, I don't want to go in. I don't want to do this anymore. And without saying a word to anybody, I reversed my car and went home, and I never went back. Because it was just that overwhelming feeling of like, if you clock in today, you're never leaving this place.
Yeah.
That's how I felt. And I was like, I got to get the fuck out of here. And that was less than a year of working there. I do remember it's because I was working full time on the food truck, but I was still working part time there because I still liked that job.
Ah, okay.
And I was like, it just came back to me. And I was like, okay, I'll work here a couple of days a week while I'm working on the food truck, because the food truck was kind of my it was like a passion project
Yeah.
and it didn't pay me that well and all this stuff. So I was like, I'll still need some supplemental income.
And food trucks have weird hours. Like
Exactly.
you're not 9 to like not 9, but like 11 to 9 every
Hmm.
day.
Yeah, I was working till like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. So I was like, I'll do this as a part-time gig. And they were nice enough to let me do that. And then how did I repay them? I just didn't show up. So,
No show, no call.
yep. never talk to anybody from there again.
Did you not get your last paycheck or anything?
I don't think so. I think I just left.
Full ghost.
Yeah. I was like, but I did have that feeling and it made me sick to my stomach. If I clock in today, I'm going to be working at this place forever. I don't know why I had that feeling. But long story short, that's why I've been at this current place for 5 years. Cause I'm like, I don't know. I started there as just like a regular agent and worked, 3-ish years doing that. And yeah, I don't know. It's just, it pays me well. And I'm kind of at this point right now where, especially given my counterpart is going out on maternity leave and all this other stuff, I get to work from home. I actually get a say in the way that things go every day. I'm like, I don't know. I think I'm just going to stay here until we figure out whatever's next after Abby passes her boards.
And also, it is kind of like a hassle to start a new job, right? Like,
Yeah.
And also, like, the grass isn't always greener on the other side, kind of thing. You know what is coming. You know what to expect. Like, there is a nice little bit of just being okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not the best. I don't love it, but I've had way worse jobs.
You don't hate it. I think that's the best way you can say about any job. I don't hate it. I don't know. You should never truly like love a job. I feel like
I feel the same way.
Like, unless you're doing like full-time podcasting, listener. No.
Yeah. But that's not up to us.
That is not up to us. We would.
I would in a heartbeat.
But even then, like, it still becomes a job. And so like, and I think people like, hopefully, I think some employers don't think that like this job should be your life. And like at least with my job, another big part of it is they're like, yeah, we understand, like, go do stuff with your family, like go exist. Like,
yeah. And I can be a spokesperson a little bit about doing your passion as a job. I did it for 10 years in the food industry. I loved it. That's what I wanted to do with my life, whether it was going to be like some sort of managerial, whether it was a chef, whether it was opening my own restaurant, opening my own food truck. That's what I wanted to do for my whole life. And then I did it for a decade and I was like, oh, this sucks. And it took my soul and it took my passion for food. And so that's why I'm just like, I don't know. I think anything that you do full time or more to pay your bills, you're going to end up hating. That's why it's just like, just do a job. Do I give a shit about, hospital billing and insurance? Not really.
Passion.
It's not my passion. I
wouldn't love letting people know that their insurance is not going to cover their medical bills.
It's my favorite.
Yep. You're just like, got my dog off leash.
I kicked a dog. I turned down a patient for life-saving cancer care. I'm good.
Didn't return your cart.
Yes, exactly.
Call back.
Anyways, happy 5 years to both of us. Happy, like, we're almost at the 4-year mark of this podcast, I believe, in December. It'll be 4 years, right?
I think technically we started, like, our first episode was like released on St. Paddy's Day, right?
That's true. But I think we started recording in December because we banked a bunch.
Yes, we did.
So yeah, this December, I believe, will be our 4th year. So
this December will be better than the last.
Also, before we go, one more little teaser, just to titillate people's minds a little bit. There is a very, very high chance that some of our upcoming guests in the future could be some of our biggest guests ever.
Yes.
And we are very excited. We're still in the works with a lot of them. I realize that we haven't come to full fruition on some of these before, but we are making significant progress
we
in
can
some of them.
Confirm it is not Paul Walker.
Yeah, we're still working on that one.
We're working with Universal, trying to get that CGI version of him.
Yes.
They
We
said
just have
it's
to
too
do
expensive to have it be for a podcast, and we're like, just make it AI. Just that's what we should do, is be like, okay, ChatGTP, you are Paul Walker, and then just feed it all the Fast and Furious movies, and just be like, okay, now we're going to interview you based off of this prompt.
and only answer questions from like using lines that he said in the movies. So he's like, no, just chill out, cuh. We're like, thanks for joining us. Paul Walker, everybody. Well, bye.
Bye.